Hi everyone, welcome back. Welcome back to Crochet Rocks. It's Tracy, and this is another video of swatches. I've been doing a few of them recently. I did some before, and so they're all in a playlist if you want to find them under. It's called the Swatches, imaginatively titled. But this time I'm going to be reviewing the Jelly Baby. I've put the bands on the wrong way round, but I've been using this. It's by Cygnet yarn. It's Jelly Baby. This one is the glitter chenille, and this one is the chunky chenille. They've just got each other's bands on. I put them on the wrong ones where I've been using them. So let's have a look. We'll start with the green one because it's the thinner of the two, and let's get the right yarn band. Then there we go. So it is 100% super soft polyester. 100 grams or 3 ounces gives you 120 meters or 131 yards, and this is called 009 Mint Tea. It's a lovely mint color. It really is pretty. Look in here to see the washing instructions. 40 degrees. It's a chunky, which according to this is a 6, but that's not a chunky in the UK. A chunky is a 5. A super chunky is a 6. So I'm a bit confused. Am I reading that wrong? That does say 6, doesn't it? Okay, let's see what it says on here then. 6. So if that is wrong, isn't it? So this would be a chunky being a bulky 5. They've got the yarn band a bit wrong, which is a bit misleading. Maybe I'll have to tell them. But you can see there is clearly a difference in the thickness. That one is a bit thicker than this one. So this, anyway, is absolutely squishy and lovely and soft. Some of the chenilles that you can buy are really rigid and don't drape very well. But this is absolutely silky soft and beautiful. Now, when I used the crochet hooks for this, I used these. Now I was going to review these and see what they're like. These are Quilted Bear. And for the chunky, I used a 7. And for the super chunky, which is the white one, I used an 8. I'm not used to these hooks either, so I thought it would give me a bit of an insight into both. The first swatch that I did, I always get them round the wrong way. I did, that's the wrong way, isn't it? So let's see, this one. This is my UK double crochet, which is a single crochet in the US, just to be very confusing. Now, you can see it works up really well. There's no gaps in that. It's nice and tight. It's nice and drapey. And that works really well with a 7mm crochet hook. However, because it's really, really bulky and furry, if you do a chain at the end of the row, then it doesn't look right. So what I was doing, this is with a chain and this is without. So I just did the stitch, and you can see just how much straighter that edge has become and how much neater. So because it is such a big stitch, I gave up doing a chain to start the row. And then I did the same with the half treble crochet in the UK, which is a half double in the US. And again, it's a really nice stitch, but I had the same problem. So I didn't do a chain at the ends. I just went straight into my stitch. And this is the effect. I got a nice straight edge. It is weird, but you can't cinch the chain down. And I feel it's just too much, too bulky. But that's how it crochets up. I don't think that for this particular yarn, anything other than a UK double or a US single actually looks that great. I mean, it's okay, but I find the ends, they don't kind of look so good. The edges, the outer edge. Even by putting a chain there, it didn't quite look right. So I think it lends itself so much better to a smaller stitch. Having said that, I did try with a UK treble, which is a double crochet in the US, and because it was a taller stitch, it became straighter because you're doing your chain at the end, and it is more holy. It's a very tall stitch. It will work up very, very quickly if you were using UK trebles or US double crochets to make this up. That's what it looks like. So then, to be different, I did a round. Now this circle is made with half trebles, which is half double, obviously, for you guys across the pond. And it is nice and tight. If I were to make a basket, then I would be very pleased with the way it works up in the round. I didn't do a round with a single crochet, which is double in the UK. I didn't do that. I just did the one. And then I did a knitted sample. Now I think I used, my needles were too big. I used Susan Bates needles, and I think I should have dropped down for this particular one. But it's kind of still neat. I made something with James C. Brett Flutterby for Harley, and I was quite surprised that when you make the stitches, it looks ribbed, even though it's not. But I do think I should have used a smaller needle for that swatch. So that was the normal chunky chenille in this beautiful mint. Lovely and soft, works up really well. But for a single crochet double UK, or, you know, my least favourite stitch of all time, the treble crochet or double in the US, they worked up better. So then I tried on the white, and I didn't make so many swatches for the white one. I want to make sure I've got them the right way round. This one is my my UK double or US single crochet. Now this is the sparkly one, which is called the glitter chenille, Jelly Baby glitter chenille. Now these are all quite new yarns, not really that released that long ago. So this is a 92% super soft polyester and 8% metallic. You don't feel the metallic, it's not rough in any way. 100 grams or 3 ounces will give you 120 meters or 131 yards. The color is number 13, Cool Diamond, and this is a bulky 6, so super chunky in the UK. And again, machine washable to 40 degrees. Now, it feels slightly different. I don't know why. Maybe it's because it's a bit fatter, a little bit chunkier, or maybe it's because, I don't know. But this feels silkier and softer than this. This still feels silky and soft, but it feels more like velvet. You know, when you're touching velvet and you get that pile, you don't feel like that with this. It just feels silky soft. But I can definitely feel the pile. And that might be because, as I said, it is fatter. The only trouble with chenille, no, I didn't do this, I've just come across it, because it's not woven. And quite often now, they don't do invisible joins in weaving either. They just give you a knot. But that is how, when you get a break in your yarn and they've attached a new piece in the factory, that's what it looks like. That is true of any chenille. Sometimes there's an awful lot more joins than others, but in this one, that's the only one I've encountered so far. I wouldn't say it's rough. I know I said it feels different, but it still feels really squishy and soft, and it doesn't feel horrible to the touch. If you don't like the feel of velvet, however, avoid it. Some people don't think velvet feels horrible, and I'm just trying to get the sparkle for you there, because there's quite a lot, and it is really silvery. I'm not sure how much of it's showing up on camera though, because it is actually really, really glitzy. Can you see it there now? It's this, the light of the day and everything not showing it up. So here we go with the swatches. This was the single US or double UK, and it's nice and snug and tight. Now I used, as I said, an 8mm crochet hook for this one. and it worked up really nice. I feel like the edges were better. Maybe it's because it's a little bit sturdier. I don't know. But when you make a chain and you have to frog it, you will get these things appear where it will suddenly leave you with this if you're not careful, which, you know, unfortunately you get that with all chenille. I won't say it's peculiar to this, but just be aware of it. Okay, so that I like. It's much nicer, I think, than the green in a way. Maybe if I dropped down my hook size even more, then it might have been different. So this one, this is the half treble or half double in the US. It's glittering away and sparkling. I'm not sure if that's coming through on the camera or not, but it is really, really glitzy. I can't get it to glitter. God, honestly, it's really sparkling. There we go. Can you see them? But it is, and it's nice and sturdy again. And I think I didn't do a round one, but I think a basket made out of this would look lovely, like a basket to keep yarn odds and ends in. So back to the knitted one, and it worked up so much better because I didn't change the knitting needles, but the yarn is slightly thicker. But it has this kind of way of looking ribbed. If I pull it out, it doesn't look like a traditional knit stitch. So this is stocking stitch, stockinette, as some people call it across the pond. Now, in my last swatches, I didn't get to do a knitted version of this one. And I thought I would just do a little update on what that looks like knitted up. So this is it. This is using a 4mm needle, and it looks really nice, but because it's only a small swatch, it's going to take time for me to see what all of those colours were looking like, unfortunately. But it does kind of blend really, really nicely with the colour change, because it is a subtle kind of morphing effect on this yarn. So that I just wanted to show you that I did try a swatch with the pinks from Poundland, for those of you who watched the last one. If not, as I said, all of the swatch videos are in a playlist called The Swatches. So that's it. That's how they worked up. You always get as well little sort of flyaway bits of this when you've got your ends. So if you've got the end of the yarn, or when you're working, you look down and your front is covered in these little tufts that have fallen out. But they do bother me sometimes if they kind of get up my nose. But it's actually really nice stuff. I'm very impressed. I'm really impressed with the newer yarns from Cygnet, because traditionally Cygnet was a cheap yarn. You know, you could get Cygnet in a lot of the thrift stores, I would say, and cheap kind of little stores in the high street that don't necessarily sell yarn, they sell everything. And that's where you used to find it. But now they're coming up with some really nice cottons, some really nice, beautiful chenilles and colours and different blends. And of course, there's the boho spirit, which is absolutely divine. So I'm really pleased with the newer Cygnet yarns, and I will be stocking them in my shop, Hobby Rocks. It's not quite open yet, although I did actually get my first customer who found my shop and ordered something. But it's almost there. We'll be open soon, I believe. So yeah, I will be stocking Cygnet. I'm not sure if I will yet be stocking this one, as really we're getting in the warmer months at the moment over here. So thank you for watching. I hope you like the swatches. Let me know what you think. And I think, to be honest with you, it's a nice inexpensive chenille, and it compares with the very expensive ones that you can buy. Certainly with the decent kind of good reputation yarn brands that do a chenille. It does compare quite well with them. So thank you for watching. Stay safe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.